The sound of a plate crashing on the floor wasn't just noise. It was like something inside that house had finally broken. Food was everywhere, on the marble, on the rug. At the end of the table, Elijah sat in his wheelchair, his chest rising fast. Tears filled his eyes, but he held his chin high, stubborn and angry. "I told you I didn't want this," he shouted, voice shaking. "I hate it. I hate you." Across from him stood Clare, the maid. Her hands pressed against the table so hard her fingers turned pale. She was still in her uniform, apron tied around her waist, but after a long day of cleaning and cooking, she looked tired and worn out. "You think I made this for me?" she snapped, her voice breaking. "I worked since morning to cook this, and you just throw it away like it's nothing." Elijah's cheeks were hot with anger. His legs twitched, useless against the footrests. "I don't care. I want my dad. Not you. You're just the maid." Those words cut deep. Months of hard work, months of being ignored. Clare couldn't take it anymore. She stepped behind him, her breath shaky. Her hands locked on the handles of his wheelchair. Elijah's eyes went wide. Her voice dropped cold and sharp. "If you want your father so much, let's see what happens without him." Sometimes cruelty doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the hands we see every day. Clare yanked the wheelchair back from the table. The wheels clattered on the floor as Elijah's body shook with fear. "Please, don't push me," he cried, clutching the armrests tight. His little voice was full of panic. But Clare didn't stop. Her face was hard, her words sharp. "Stop screaming, Elijah. You're not a baby anymore." The chair rolled faster as she shoved him outside. The sun hit his face, and then he saw it. The pool ahead blue and deep. His heart pounded so hard he thought it would burst. "I don't want to go near the water," he begged. "You know I can't walk. I can't swim." Clare's laugh was bitter. "Your father gives you everything, and still you cry. Other kids would die for what you have." Tears poured down Elijah's face. His voice cracked. "I'll be good. Please, just don't push me closer." But Clare leaned down, her eyes burning. "Always begging. Always weak. Do you really think your father can protect you forever? When he's not here, you're nothing." The chair rolled right to the edge. The front wheels tilted forward, hanging over the water. The pool sparkled below, waiting to swallow him. Just when Elijah's scream was about to fade into the water, tires screeched outside the gate. A car door slammed. Heavy footsteps raced toward the pool. "Stop!" the voice thundered. Clare's hands jumped off the wheelchair. The chair rocked, the front wheels still hanging over the edge. Marcus Reed, Elijah's father, charged across the yard. His jacket flew behind him, his briefcase and a teddy bear dropping into the grass. His face was filled with fear and fire. In seconds, he was at the pool. He grabbed the chair and pulled it back with all his strength. Elijah fell into his father's arms, shaking and crying. His tiny hands clung to Marcus's shirt like he would never let go. "Dad, she tried to push me," Elijah sobbed. Marcus held him tight, kissing his damp hair. His voice cracked. "I've got you, son. You're safe now. I promise." Then Marcus looked at Clare. His eyes turned cold, blazing with rage. His voice cut through the air like a blade. "What the hell were you doing to my son?" The difference between an excuse and the truth can be as small as a heartbeat. Marcus held Elijah close, his eyes locked on Clare like fire. "What were you thinking? He can't even walk. If he fell in, he'd be gone before anyone reached him." Clare's hands shook. Her voice cracked. "I didn't mean to. He threw the food. He cursed at me. I just snapped." Marcus stepped closer, his face pale with fury. "Snapped? You call that snapping? You pushed a child to the edge of a pool." Tears streamed down Clare's face. Her words tumbled out fast, desperate. You don't get it. Every day I scrub, I cook, I clean. I give everything, and still, I'm invisible. No one sees me. No one cares. He has comfort, toys, a father who loves him. And me? I have nothing. Nothing. Elijah trembled in his father's arms. His voice was small, broken. She hates me. Dad, she really hates me. Marcus pulled him tighter, his voice low but sharp as steel. You don't scare a child to feel powerful. You don't risk his life because you feel small. Claire dropped to her knees, sobbing, her face buried in her hands. And then sirens. Faint at first, then louder. Red and blue lights flashed at the gates. Neighbors gathered, whispering. The police were almost there. When law meets emotion, the truth comes out for everyone to see. The gates swung open. Security guards rushed in, and a police car rolled up with sirens still echoing. Red and blue lights flashed across the courtyard. Marcus stood firm, Elijah in his arms. His voice cut through the noise. This woman tried to push my son who can't even walk, into the pool. Get her out of here. The officers looked around. The wheelchair marks led straight to the water. The front wheels were still hanging over the edge. Elijah clung to his father, his voice shaking. She tried to push me, Dad. She really did. One officer's jaw tightened. He stepped forward. Ma'am, you're under arrest for endangering a child. Claire staggered back, eyes wide. No, I wasn't going to let him fall. I swear I wasn't. But the cuffs clicked shut around her wrists. The sound was final, cold, unforgiving. Elijah buried his face against Marcus. Don't let her come back, Dad. Please. Marcus kissed the top of his head, whispering, never again. I promise. As the police led Claire toward the car, she turned one last time. Her face twisted with anger and pain. She shouted, her voice echoing off the walls. You'll never understand what it's like to be me. The car door slammed. The sound was like the end of a chapter. Silence after chaos isn't calm. It feels heavy. The police car was gone. Neighbors had walked away. Only the pool stayed, shining quietly, like it had seen everything. Marcus sat on a bench, holding Elijah tight against his chest. The boy was still shaking, his small hands clutching his father's shirt. You're safe now, Marcus whispered. He kissed Elijah's hair. I promise, no one will ever hurt you again. Elijah's sobs slowed, but he didn't let go. Marcus stared at the ground. His heart felt heavy. I wasn't here. I left him alone too many times. That's why this happened. His voice broke as he spoke. I'm sorry, son. I should have been here. I should have been with you, not gone all the time. Elijah lifted his head, his eyes red and swollen. His voice was small, almost a whisper. But Dad, what if you leave again? A promise means nothing, unless it's made when you almost lose the one you love. Marcus cupped Elijah's face with both hands. His voice was low, shaky but full of love. Son, I was wrong. I thought giving you money, gifts, and comfort was enough. But it wasn't. You don't need all that. You need me. Elijah's lips trembled. His small arms held on tighter, afraid to let go. Marcus hugged him close. From today, you'll never feel alone again. I'll be here. Every day, every night. No more waiting for me. No more crying for me. I'm not leaving you anymore. Elijah looked up, eyes red and swollen from tears. His voice was barely a whisper. Dad, you really mean it?